Welcome to my dad's devlog.
Hey guys, welcome back to another week of Legend Bowl development, and it's going to be a rough week. I have a lot to do this week. I have the play calling to try to get working with the actual plays and the guys running the right routes. I have some bugs that I'm dealing with, but this is Monday, and Monday I worked on trying to fix all sorts of weird issues with the game that I was dealing with. The fumbles weren't really working correctly. What I did was I had the players fumble every single time they got the ball. That way I could try to test every single scenario. And it seems like overkill, but what you don't want to do is you definitely don't want the game to not work the way it's supposed to work. So I was dealing with an issue here where the players would get stuck. And what would happen is one person would get the fumble the ball, and then the next team would pick it up, or that team would pick it up and recover it, and then all of a sudden the game would just die and it would pause, and there's no ball for the referee to pick up to put on the line of scrimmage. Like, nothing would happen. And that sort of dead major bug there where the game just basically goes into an idle state, has happened many a times throughout the development, because building the different phases and going from one phase to another, whether it be offense, defense, turnover, etc., that can happen. And there's still a possibility for it to happen where the ball just gets stuck in somebody's hands and it doesn't shoot out for some reason, and the play doesn't continue. So I'm debugging it here, and I'm trying to figure out why this is happening. And basically, I think I've got it figured out, but there's still a slight possibility that it's not going to work. The other issue I was working with was ball placement. For some reason, when the ball would get placed after the play, like if you were to run to the left and get tackled or go out of bounds, the ball should go on the left hash mark. If it was a turnover, the screen needs to flip around, and then it needs to go to the opposite hash mark, because now you're on basically the other side of the field. So I'm still dealing with that issue. I think I have it fixed, but I still see it cropping up for some reason. So I'm still working on that. And but that's what I basically did the whole day Friday. Worked on a number of little issues and tried to get things working. And then tomorrow I'm going to continue some of this work, and I'll be posting that in a bit. So I took it upon myself to get my son in here and try to play some two-player gameplay here, and it's still very rough. I'm still working on the play calling screens. The plays aren't even the real plays yet. You're going to see some debugging here. It's morning time, so you can see that little haze in the sky, and there's a lot of things to clean up. But I was trying to work on making sure the game played with two-player, making sure it respected both controllers and the actions that you were pushing. And we actually had some fun. I mean, it was the first time that I was able to actually play two-player for an extended period of time, and the game didn't break. I didn't really have any major bugs, and I was able to, test the gameplay and have a pretty nice little round of football with my son here. And so what I was able to do is take some notes. There are about a handful of things I noticed while I was playing the game that need to be either fixed, or they're bugs, or just issues with the game, or they're things that I just want to improve with the game. And as I continue to play these games and improve the game, I'll be able to, create notes and make the game better and better. But the idea is going to be to get this game working at a certain level of entertainment, and then move on to bigger things. I got to get some game modes in the game. I have to start collecting the stats correctly between games. And if you're in a career mode, which is the plan, to get that story built, get everything working. And I can't get there until the game is at a certain fundamental level of enjoyment, and also that it's working correctly, right? A game has to actually work. So far it seems to be working pretty decently with two-player. It's pretty rough. The game has a lot more to do. I need to add some more special abilities. I need to add a couple animations that I have waiting. There's a laundry list of things to do, but it seems to be working. So I'm going to get back at it on Tuesday and continue working on things, and hopefully I can get the game working. One thing I didn't notice on here that I saw was there's no stats showing up anymore. You don't see the player stats. So I have to fix that, and then I'll keep on moving and try to get some more progress done for the week. All right, so here we are. It's Tuesday morning, and I'm going through my hit list of bugs that I noticed last night when I was playing with my son, and I'm going to get to work on these today. There are a few things on here that nothing really major, just some minor things to make the game play a little smoother, and just some things I want to change and just double check. But I'm going to go through this hit list now. And then after that, I'm going to work on the play calls to start getting the plays to actually be the correct plays that you pick. Because right now, when you pick a play, it's just picking a random play, random routes like it was originally. But all the work that I've been doing up to now, I want to get into the game and get the actual plays to work. So whatever you see is what you actually see on the field, right? So I'm going to work on that next, and I'll be coding away, and hopefully I can get there at some point today and try to get that working, because that's going to add a lot more life to the game and make you feel like you're actually picking the right strategies and the right plays. But I got a lot of work to do, so I'm going to get at it now. All right, so today's Wednesday mid-morning, and I spent a lot of yesterday coding. I mean, I worked at nighttime as well, and I just wanted to bang through this because I was having issues getting the play art to show up correctly on the field, and the actual depth for each player was never really done. So I had to code all of that. So now when I pick a play like this empty formation play, now when I look at the play art, it actually represents what I'm picking in the play calling screen. So the routes are being shown correctly. And yesterday I had a problem where the routes were flipped because the depth charts were just being assigned randomly, and they weren't really picking the right person and player on the field per their depth chart. So like the first string person would be getting the second string person's route and that sort of thing. And that was an issue with the play calling tool not really ever using depth charts correctly, so I had to add in the saving of that and the loading of that onto the Legend Bowl project, and also in the play calling tool for it to export and import correctly. And there was a lot of work trying to figure this stuff out, and I worked on a few little bugs as well from that 2-player match I did with my son. But today, the rest of the day, I need to focus on getting these plays to actually run correctly. I mean, the running plays are not really working the best. The actual routes, they seem a little, not that they're a little shorter than what they probably could be. So I don't know if that's probably just a matter of me making the play art like longer. Like if you look at this play here, we can look at these cutback routes, like the orange one here, and let's see if he runs it. I mean, I guess he does run it correctly. I just don't really have them running out far enough. That's more of a play creation issue, which is good. It's not a problem. But the one thing that isn't working correctly yet are the go routes. So if I have a route that's supposed to keep going versus stopping, they're all stopping right now. So I need to add that in so that the player just keeps running, and I have to figure out like how far I want them to run. Obviously, if it's a go route, then they should probably run to the sideline or to the touchdown, like anywhere inbounds. But if they're coming back down towards like a cutback type of route and it's a go route, then like, let's see if I can find one here. Let's see. Like one of these, if it's a play like this where they kind of go up and then come back, like a comeback route, what I probably want to do is make sure, like the orange one here, I don't want him to keep running down the field, right? He needs to stop, even if it's a go route. So I'll probably make them either stop at the line of scrimmage or I don't know. It's a minor thing. Maybe I just don't create those routes where they go because you don't want the guy to go to the bottom of the screen and go to the other end zone behind you, right? So I have to fix that. And then I also have to get the defensive play art working with the right rolls and the right routes. I have QB spy. I have a delayed blitz. I have blitzing. All that stuff is brand new. And even the routes, even if I have a player that needs to go down and left and to do like a low cover 2 type of route, cover 3, those route paths aren't even working on defense yet. So today I'm going to keep fine tuning this. I'm going to work on those things I just talked about, and I'm going to continue to get it going. But it looks a lot better now, and you can actually pick plays. So what you're picking is what you see. So I'm happy with that. I'm really happy with my progress. I worked really hard so far this week, and my goal is to get all this stuff working by the end of the year and get 2-player fully working and have a game that you can actually sit here and pick plays and play. So I have a lot more left to do, a lot more to go. Even in the play calling screen, I'll show you real quick before I move on. Even in the play calling screen here, I don't even have the right, I want a better GUI box behind it. I want the team logo and all the information that shows the current match and down and stuff. But for play type, if I pick, inside run, it's just picking random plays, right? I want these to show the right plays. Special is working, even though you can't really see the plays because of the play art here, or the stats here. Coach is just 4 random plays. So I want all this stuff to actually work depending on the down and how far you are from the the distance to the touchdown, and depending on the situation, I want the coach to give you some decent plays. So I got to work through that too. But this is also a bug where I don't kill the actual play calling screen, but that needs to be flushed out. But it's working with the plays somewhat, and I'm happy with that. So I'm going to keep moving, and I'll be back in a bit with more updates. All right, so after some minor coding, I got the routes working correctly now, at least for the go routes and stop route. So let's do a couple tests here. I'm in my little lab, and let's see if it works. So these guys should all run to the top right pretty much, towards the right side, and the LB guy should stop. So that looks good. Let's throw it to the Y guy. Ooh, he misses him for the touchdown. Let's just try one more play to make sure this is working correctly. And let's do one of these cool plays. Now these guys are all doing out go routes, which is a little bit too much, I think, here. But I mean, they should literally all keep running. Now the running back should probably go running all the way down to the bottom because I didn't lock him down. See how he's running all the way down to the bottom there? So I probably should lock it down to maybe 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I will I'll keep moving. But it's working for the most part. Alrighty, so it is Thursday evening, and I'm actually a little late on this now because today I was working on another little project that I was thinking about, and I didn't actually do too much work on Legend Bowl today. I was working on it all last night, and yesterday, I was really trying to get the running to look better. And so I spent the majority of the day trying to get blockers to block their route. And here I'm showing you the defensive plays are showing up. They're not actually doing what they're supposed to do yet on defense, but at least I got the play art working. But on this run play, I know it looks crazy because I have too much art showing. And maybe the lines are too thick, I don't know. But, the blockers are now kind of respecting their lanes, and what they're doing is they're trying to block on their route. So basically what was happening was the problem I was having yesterday was the blockers, let's say the left guard and the left tackle, when they would run out to the left there, they would immediately try to block the person in front of them. Because what they're trying to do is they're trying to find someone to block along their path.
and or they would just not block anybody. So I had an issue trying to get that logic to work the right way and get them to actually keep running on their route. But if they catch someone that's not right in front of them on the line of scrimmage, like not someone like immediately there when the play gets hiked, right? So I gave them enough time now to get away from the line of scrimmage and to actually, run their actual route. And then from there, I basically had them start blocking whoever they see in front of them. So that's what I did yesterday, and I fixed some minor things. But what I need to get working on next, which may not be until tomorrow now, is going to be the defensive plays, right? I want the defensive plays, even though they're showing up here, I need them to actually do the right thing, right? So these guys should all be in a zone. And whether you're doing a delayed blitz or you're doing, QB spy or anything like that, I want to make sure that they're respecting their actual, roles and their positions on the field. So I'm going to be working on that next, and then I'll be updating you guys when I'm closer to having something new to show. All right.
It's Friday morning, and I am just trying to look at my Trello board here and seeing what I got to do for the day. I really want to get the defensive players to actually, do what they're supposed to do when they're in a delayed blitz or QB spy, deep zone, whatever role they're in. Some of these things are brand new, and I need to add them in the game. So today's defense, all about defense, and I'm going to be working on that today for the end of the week, and hopefully I can get that working, and that'll be pretty much it for the plays, crossing my fingers. If I can get this stuff working, then I'll have the offense and the defense, and I'll keep moving, and let's see how far I can get. So stick around, and hopefully today goes well. All right, so I've been working on defense all day today, and I have some things I want to show you, kind of give you an update. So I went through every single role, and I'll put these player markers here so you can see where everyone's supposed to go. But this is just a regular play. It's a 3-4 formation. You got a QB spy, a blitzer, and a delayed blitzer, and then 2 deep zone dudes. So if you watch him, the guy who's delaying is coming in now. He's behind me. And if I go over the line, then they try to attack me. But see, those guys are still running in a strafe on the bottom, so I need to fix that. But I'm going to run through a few plays here and just kind of see how the defense reacts. If I go into like a pure zone here, what should happen is the defenders that are in zone should stay in that zone area. And then I have 2 guys that are deep zone, the 2 safeties. But everyone in the middle, all the linebackers, they should all kind of stay in the deep zone. I mean, the short zone. And then the 2 safeties are out there trying to protect the deep pass. So that's pretty much working from what I've tested so far. And then let's just do a running play for fun here. See what happens. Let's just pick a 4-4 man zone and see how it works. But at the end of the day, I made really good progress with the defense, and they seem to be working okay. As soon as the guy gets the ball, they go and they basically attack him. They have like different delayed timers that will go after the ball carrier depending on how quick they can react to the ball. And then let's just do a toss play here. And then let's just pick a cover 1, which I'm just calling these whatever I want. The plays aren't really set correctly yet. But as soon as the ball carrier gets it, some of the guys start reacting, some don't, depending on where the position is. But the defense is working better now. And the goal was to just get these defenders working in the QB spy, delayed blitz, the zone, and the deep zone formations from the ones that we create in the play editor. So I think I'm almost there when it comes to the defense. Let's just do like a cover 2 zone here, see how they pick people up. And now we have defense in the game. So really when you play a 2-player game now, or, you know, against the CPU, you know, you can kind of get a more realistic play set. So I'm really happy with the progress I made this week, and I'm tired and I have a lot going on next week with the Christmas holiday and everything, but defense is there. It's not perfect. It'll never be perfect, but I'm going to be tweaking as I go, as I continue to do some play testing. But this is the week. This has been the week. It's been defense, plays, and I'm getting closer and closer to the point where the game actually can, you know, you can pick your own strategies and pick your plays and everything. So I'm excited. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know it's another long one, and I'll probably be doing one next week, maybe not, depending on how the week goes. But if I don't talk to you guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting my channel. And Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and I'll see you guys at some point, maybe not until the new year. All right, take care.